I want you to use this always winning formula to get what you really want out of men. If you're a recovering girl bossy like myself and you really want to step into your soft, feminine, girly era, follow for more first of all so you don't miss out on these tips. And let's get into it. See, I realized as someone who was a first generation American who came from one of my parents being an immigrant and the whole 9 yards, is that I was in my hyper masculine era. I chose a very dominant career, like medical, where we're always being pitted against one another based on our accomplishments. And I learned from a very early time that achievements and self-worth are directly correlated. So you need to get as many of them as you can. And although I was a hyper-confident girly, because I was very academically inclined and I had all the accomplishments and the awards, I would still go to bed crying myself to sleep because it was never enough. There was always something I could have done more, could have done better, could have done faster, could have done quicker. And although planning, executing, like working hard, sacrificing, really perfecting and obsessing over my craft got me a lot of success in my career, it didn't help me in my love life. As a matter of fact, the more successful I got in my career with all these incredible accomplishments, the less success I had in love. And that's because I never learned about masculine-feminine polarity dynamics and how your masculine energy impacts your interactions with men. So let me know if I'm just the only one here, but I'll tell you my experiences with men. I was left vastly unimpressed by a large majority of men, like basically all of men. And in hindsight, in retrospect, looking back, I realized that I had more ambition, more drive, more willingness to get these accomplishments than men did. I was just a bit ahead. That's the best way to put it. And I also attribute this to my upbringing. Because from a cultural background, we don't date casually, we date to marry. And a lot of these American boys, with all due respect, just didn't have what I call the big boy effect. Like they weren't wearing their big boy pants when they were dealing with me. They thought that running game would work, but it just made me respect them less. I was attracted to men with ambition, accomplishments, achievements, that boss man looking for his boss woman. But I never got the boss man to want to go for someone that looked like me or was me because I was in my masculine energy. See, in order to always win with men, you have to also play chess and not checkers. Because men feel your masculine energy and they're turned off and repelled by it. Even if you can attract them in the beginning, do you notice how it never works out long term? And there isn't anything you really did for that to happen. It just happened that way. It's because you're not utilizing this formula, which is let the man be the man. And let you, as the woman, be the woman. I don't know how to be clearer. Too often, women are in scenarios where, in some instances, they don't feel worthy or deserving, and they're not really owning the treatment, the pampering, the love, the adoration, the commitment, whatever it may be, that they're really wanting, because they don't want to seem like too much, or they've been too much in the past. And or they're emasculating men with their accomplishments energetically. Like there have been times on dates, I'll own up to it, that I was sitting there and mentally judging the man because I was like, I just know this man is nowhere near where I need him to be in order to even develop an attraction. And that's not me trying to put down man or be like disrespectful or rude. I'm just a woman that's turned on by intelligence, by a successful, accomplished man that's getting and living out his purpose and his dreams, who's putting in the hard work, who's executing, who has a mature mindset, who knows what he wants and he goes after it. And I want to clarify, there's nothing wrong with being the boss babe in your career, but you shouldn't have to be that in your relationships. And because sometimes some women are not fully owning what they really want in a relationship, they're feeling too shy or insecure to just state what they want and allow men to step up. And for the men who aren't stepping up, allow them to step out of the way for a greater man to come in. And or their upbringing, society, or past experiences with men have put them into masculine, to where from a mind, body, and nervous system standpoint, it just doesn't feel safe, and you're defaulting into that energy, and it's turning men off, whichever category you feel like you fall into. It is our job as women, if we want to have a thriving career and love life, to learn how to balance these energies. Because nobody wants to feel lesser than, and nobody also deserves to not have their needs met. If any of this describes you and you know that this is your next step to make your love life incredible, I want you to follow and send me a DM. I have a brand new love program coming out called Chosen, helping you to recalibrate using manifestation mindset techniques as well as balancing the masculine-feminine polarity dynamics that's going to allow you to step into being the woman who gets it all from a man without even having to lift a finger. You know what I'm talking about. You know those girlies that just sit back and they're just like existing and breathing and their men literally worship them. I want to help more amazing women finally have what they've always wanted when it comes to their love life and their relationships, because you shouldn't have to sacrifice one or the other. I'll see you in there.